Hello, everyone. I'm David Robinson. I'm your Democratic candidate for South Carolina Congressional District 2. Thank you so much for joining in on this virtual town hall. This town hall will be something that I will be doing every week, all the way up to the primaries. I wanted to give an opportunity to talk to the constituents of South Carolina to understand, what the needs are of the people in our state. Sometimes we think that when we are running for office, we should be running up our own agendas. We definitely need to know exactly what people need that we want to represent. So, the way this goes, I'll be moderating also this town hall. Also, I will be monitoring the comment sections where you all can ask your questions and have your concerns. You can talk about some of the issues that matters to you. Like I said, again, one of the biggest points for me is to be able to listen. Listening first, that's the first step to representing someone, is to listen first. But I also want to let you know that in the comment section, I also can get opportunity for those who actually want to come on screen to be able to ask your questions or talk about some things that have some discussions that, like I say, concerns you. This town hall is a bipartisan town hall, means that it's open to everyone. No matter if you're a Republican, Democrat, independent, third party registered voter, or someone that just don't vote at all. If you live here in Congressional District 2, you definitely here. That's what I'm running for, is to represent you. So to help you understand, we have 5 districts that I'm running for. That 5 districts is Barnwell County, all of Barnwell County, all of Aiken County, all of Lexington County. We have a certain portion of Richland County, mostly the northeast side of Richland County, because Richland County kind of split into two districts. We have Congressional District 2 that is ran by Representative James Clyburn, and also we have Congressional District 2, the district that I'm running for to represent you. Also, we have Orangeburg County, but it's the west half of Orangeburg, meaning that if you're living on the west half of living anywhere else in Orangeburg County, you are in Representative Clyburn's district. So that can help you understand the full scope of what my representation will be for. Again, I'm David Robinson, your Democratic candidate for Congressional District 2, hoping to win your vote, hoping to understand what your concerns are, understand who I am trying to represent. I have my things that I believe in. Of course, I have democratic values, some of the things that I believe in. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a third generation constituent and also a native of Columbia, South Carolina. Been here all my life, been raised, my family most so, been here all our lives. And also just want to tell you that this district alone, my family, like I say, from the grandparents on, have been here in Columbia and some in Casey. But a little bit more. I'm a veteran. I served the United States in Operation Endure Freedom. That's right after 9/11. Decided to join the military. But also before that, I am a father first. Being a single parent, it was a long journey, but being a single parent, understanding what it's like to raise children in our state. Also, I believe in responsibility. Responsibility goes a long way. We have a responsibility when you decide you want to run for office. For instance, you have responsibility to your families. Also, accountability. I'm not a career politician. I haven't grown up. I wasn't raised up and say, "Hey, this is what I want to do for life," and go up and be a politician. I'm a constituent just like you, who just most likely simply had enough. They had simply had enough to watch these career politicians stay in office as long as they do, and do not have almost no results to some of the concerns and things that we have. For instance, like the minimum wage, I will be talking about a little bit, but I want to get a little bit by myself out first, and then again, I'm going to the comment section. If you have any comments in the comment section, questions, concerns, things you want to talk about, again, I will post them here on the screen. We will talk about those. Those who actually want to come on the screen and have a conversation, I can send you also an invite to be able to come on the screen and engage with me. We can talk. Again, this is for everyone in Congressional District 2. who want to talk to the candidate who decided to run for office to represent you, to bring representation back into the people's house in Washington, D.C. Again, I think when you're leading someone, you definitely have to lead by listening. Listening goes first, and then you can understand. I grew up in an undeserved community. I just want to put that out. I grew up in a place where low funding um, uh, from the federal government as well as state has been put into our communities. I remember growing up when it was simple things like school books. We didn't have those things in our schools. That was mostly hand-me-downs. I've been working since I was 7 years old, so I know exactly what hard work really is. To try to help my mother, who is also a single parent, to help try to make ends meet. Just do a little bit of raking yards and doing anything we could to try to bring in some more money. That's while we're going to school. My sister and I. And then, as I got older, working minimum wage, got my first job at age 15 with the Urban League. And that's the job. When I say our first job, meaning that the first job that was tax deductible, taxes come out your pay. So I was 15 years old. And when, doing that, I know exactly how to live then under minimum wage. And then not getting many hours because I was definitely still in high school, but not getting not much money to be able to do anything much. But it's kind of ironic that we still have a minimum wage that's been haven't been changed for since the 90s. So again, I like I said, lived on my own when I was 16 years old. So I know the responsibility of taking care of myself while getting involved with the working class. I did things from construction to landscaping, working at grocery chains, you name it. So I'm part of the working class. I have worked hard, and some hard jobs I have been involved with. But also, I had earned an academic scholarship to Howard University. I did not accept that scholarship. Ended up raising a family, like I said, and eventually became a single parent where I was raising my children. From that point, I decided to do something to better, do some betterment for my family, to provide better. So I decided to drive trucks. From that point, I ended up starting my own business. So I understand exactly what entrepreneurs do have to go through when you're start getting a business startup. When you need an SBA to back you, when you need some help, when the economy is not going very well, when prices going up, and then the cost to just run business is very challenging. So, and at the same time, make sure you're providing for your family. So I've been there in this spot where many small businesses are starting, trying to keep their business afloat. That's some of the things that really I hold in my mind to this day. Also, decided to we had some issues that happened with 9/11. Everybody never forget that when our country was attacked on 9/11, I think all of us was impacted in some form of fashion. I later decided to close shop. Of course, in 2004, we was going through a recession, and things very difficult. Still working some days that I was needing to be able to being a single parent, to be able to spend time with my children and take care of them in certain ways. I found myself having to work almost 7 days a week just to make those same ends meet as a company owner. And so it was one of the things I had to make a choice and decision, but at the same time, it was also ultimate choice of giving the country something that I had. I have skills. I've been driving trucks for doing at that time for over 13 years. So I decided to give the U.S. Army something that I'm good at. I've heard that some of the service members were having a difficult time in Iraq, doing the convoys and things like that. So I went to my local recruiting station and decided to enlist in the U.S. Army. Of course, I worked with a combat engineer unit when I was there in Afghanistan, and it's also in the military. And I never really drove trucks for the military, but I tell you, I have done some other things for the combat engineer unit. I suffered a injury because of IED blast in Afghanistan. That ended my career, shortened my career in the military. So I'm disabled veteran, retired, and from that point, everybody know about the story that happened with my son. I found myself outside the desert of Afghanistan and found myself in the desert of Arizona, searching my son until this date. But the journey that I have gone through had led me to this point to represent or want to represent the people of South Carolina Congressional District 2. There are some issues here in the state that matters to me, of course. All those things that I have mentioned earlier. It's a lived experience for me. It's not something I read in a book. I came from different communities. I experienced the dependency on being a working American when an entrepreneur, started my own business, to the difficulties of raising a family on your own. So I've been in every aspect of those areas of life. So I have lived experience when it comes to why it's important to have a representative that actually represents your values. And so this town hall would be to hear from everyone. I don't see anyone in the comments section yet. But if there's anyone don't come in the conversation, I don't get any questions today, or we don't have any comments today. This is the first town hall. The first town hall, like I said, would be going on every week, Fridays at 6:30 p.m. So if you are listening to me now, please talk to your friends, your families, and tell, hey, look, we have someone that's arrested running for office. We had some of the same things that have been going on for over 24 years. There need to be some changes in our district. We need someone who have lived experience, who understand what you're going through. When they decide to push legislation, they will push legislation that mimics what you need, and help you as a whole. Because I believe that if you don't represent everyone in your district, you're ineffective. And what that means is you cannot say, one is like that link in a chain. What I was saying before about having a chain, every link is part of the chain. If one link in that chain is weakened or broken, then the whole entire chain is broken. So that's what I'm here for, is to fix those broken links that's in Congressional District 2. I have traveled many times down in places like Batesburg, Leesville, Ellerton, South Carolina, down in Aiken County, North Augusta, Swansea areas, down in Blackville, and some of these the rural areas where we talk to constituents on a campaign trail, and they would tell you no one cares about them, and it's understandable when you see the infrastructure that's happening down in these areas where people are, and infrastructure is more than just roads and bridges, as everyone know. As when those storms come through, like Hurricane Helene, we also had Hurricane Hugo back over, I think, almost 20 years before that, and we see the same issues every time. I even heard a lawmaker say that why fix it when storms come once every 100 years or something to that effect. I know in my lifetime, I know 3 major hurricanes that came through here, and probably could have been more. And that wasn't 100 years, and I'm not 100-year old. What I'm saying is, we have these excuses, and they'll say it would cost a lot amount of money to keep our constituents safe. That's called public investments. You invest in the people. You don't invest in yourself. You invest in the people. You take those monies. Ever since Hurricane Hugo, for example, take that money. You allocate it out to this point. If they would have did the right things from Hurricane Hugo at the time, by the time Hurricane Helene hit, we would have had those, for instance, power lines buried in our rural communities, and these trees would not be falling on it, and families would not be losing their food because of lack of electricity. Some people are relying on machines in their home just to live, and so these things are important. These things are important. That's when you have to put the investments there for the people in your district. Also, again, talking to some of the constituents down in Batesburg, Leesville, for instance, who says that they have to take their children to adjacent city because there are lack of teachers in the school. The schools are ran down, the AC units not working, you name it. We also have broadband that's not available to a lot of students in these areas. And here it is in 2025. You'll think that high speed internet is something that should be basic in this days and time. So these are things that mostly concern for me as a person who's running for office, to make sure that we're doing what we can as a representative. These people say, hey, look, we need changes. And then I'm here to try to get those changes done, or here to get those changes done. I am looking in the comment section. I want to pause right here. I'm looking in the comment section, and I haven't had anyone to join in. To see a few people watching. And again, if you're watching, please share that I have a town hall that's going to be weekly. That's every Friday. So if anybody wanted to be a part of this town hall, they can. You can go to davidrobinsforcongress.com. You can register. You can watch it on any platform that you desire. You also, in the comment section, I will be your comments, or even if you have questions, will come up on the screen. I will also open the floor up to you, so you can have the opportunity to speak to me directly. You can speak to me directly. We can have a conversation. That's what this whole town hall is intended for. It's conversational. It's not something I want to speak down, and it's not all about what I, David Robinson, want to do. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from the constituents. We have a lot of times people running across the country right now looking for their representative. I'm not a elected official yet, but we have elected officials dodging the people. I don't expect the elected official to do something that I'm doing right now. For instance, only doing a virtual town hall. We need an in-person town hall. I had an in-person town hall. I invited my competitor, Joe Wilson, to be a part of that town hall. He didn't show. I also know that we have many other events where our elected representative was invited and they don't show. So it's a lack of concern that we have. If you're representing people, it's not about you. It's not about your life. It's about the people that you want to represent. If you cannot do that, then you need to step aside and allow someone who is ready and willing to hear from the people, willing to face the people. I know that all of you are not going to agree with everything I believe in. Not going to believe in everything that what I feel like my values are. So that's the reason why I say it's not about what I think, it's about what you think. I'm here to hear what the constituents have to say. A lot of times when this is an opportunity, we can get together, whether you are Democrat, Republican, independent, non-voter, or what have you. Give us a space to come together, to have those dialogues, to talk about these things, because a lot of times, believe it or not, you're saying the same exact thing, but you're speaking in a different language in a sense. Saying it in a different way. And I found that to be true when I travel on the campaign trail. Even so, I heard, being a Democrat, I heard some constituents say, hey, y'all just don't come talk to us, and if you come talk to people, you have to talk to people. You have to, again, hear what they have to say. You have to be proactive. You have to really care. You have to really care about everyone in the state. They don't have to vote for you, but you're a representative for the people in your state. Well, since I don't have any participation when it comes to questions, I'm trying to keep the floor open for a while. Again, I'm David Robinson, your Democratic candidate for Congressional District 2. If you all have anytime, I have these town halls. It's going to be weekly every Friday at 6:00 p.m. on Eastern Standard Time. If you ever want to come into the town hall and you want to have some conversation, again, I can bring you on the screen. We could do so. If you want to just talk through the chats, your chat will come up on the screen. We can have those discussions as well. This is an open floor to everyone. Congressional District 2. Congressional District 2 consists of 5 counties. That is Aiken County. That's all of Aiken County, Barnwell County, all of Barnwell County. That's all of Lexington County, and mostly the northeast parts of Richland County. Also, there's Orangeburg County, the west half of Orangeburg. That's a part of Congressional District 2. And so the only two parts of the county that's kind of split, like I said, is Richland County and Orangeburg County. That's split between Congressional District 2 in Congressional District 6. Depending on what side of town you live on in Richland County, you'll be on Clyde Burnside District. And that's, I think, mostly when I see people, they ask, it's more like if you're living off Garners Fair Road, more the Garners Fair Road towards Sumter. What's that, Sumter? But towards that direction. And also you have, but if you live on the other end going toward Divine Street, you got a portion that's Congressional District 2. So it's kind of weird how the lines are drawn. But also, if you're at Columbia Mall, one half of going towards the northeast side is Congressional District 2. But if you're going back the other direction on Two Notch Road, you're going into Congressional District 6. So it depends on where you live in Richland County and which part of the district that I'm trying to represent. The other half, again, would be Representative Clyburns District. If you live in Orangeburg, if you're on the west side of Orangeburg, you are in Congressional District 2. And that's the district that I'm running for. If you're in anywhere from the east, from that west going east, you are in the Clyburns District. That's Congressional District 6. So again, I looking for some of the comments in the comment section. I don't have any. If you had comments, it will come up on the screen. We'll have if there's anything you want to say, it'll be right here on the screen. If there's something you want to even ask, I can have a discussion with you. This is an open floor for discussion for everyone in our district. Again, for those who are actually watching this video, once I post it, I just want you to say, please, this is going to be happening every week. Please come out here and talk to me. Let's have these conversations. I am starting something that I plan to do even after I win. I make sure I'm doing these town halls. Make sure I'm doing these weekly or monthly virtual town halls. But you definitely know I would be doing in-person town halls, because I think that's more important to be able to face your constituents. A lot of times these representatives are afraid to face their constituents because they know they're siding with a party and not looking for the people that they are representing. Anytime you can make decisions based on ideology of your party only, and you don't consider or put your constituents first, their needs, first of all, then we have an issue. It's time for a change. It's time for a change of leadership. And so I'm asking you guys to go to davidrossforcongress.com, learn a little bit more about who I am, who my campaign, what I stand for. I will start off every town hall talking about who I am first, what I want to do, and then I will go into the listening session, meaning that the only way I can lead or do anything is to first know the people who I'm representing. So again, if you hear this, reach out to your friends, family, say, hey, look, we have a representative who's running for office, a candidate who's running for office to be your representative. To give you a little update on this too as well, you need to know we do have a primary that will be coming up. I have a primary somewhere in June. I would need everyone's support. Also, after we get past the primary, then we'll go into the midterm elections, which I think is very important because it's a big decision for everyone. Like I said, whatever your party affiliation is, it's definitely a big decision of who will represent you in the People's House in Congress. Again, I think that if you're going to represent people, you need to face the people. You need to hear their questions, criticism and all. You need to hear it. I was taught a long time ago, if you don't have tough skin, then you don't need to be in the game, right? And so, and when I use that analogy, I'm talking about like a football game, because I've been taught that. And so, a lot of people run away from the constituents because they know the choices they made wasn't right. It's not being considered of everyone in your district. It's impossible to say I represent Congressional District 2, and then I have people who says he's not representing us, though. He's only representing those in his party. He's only representing those on his side of the tracks, for instance. And so that's not representation. My goal is to bring representation that matters to everyone, Representation means that, hey, look, we got what the community, their concerns are, and I'm gonna echo those in the halls of Congress, regardless of my party affiliation. And so I hope you guys can understand that. Everyone can understand that. I see the thumbs up there. I really appreciate you being here. If again you come to the town hall next week, you have any questions, you can put them in the chat section, whatever platform that you're on right now, and it will come up to me, and I will put it up on the screen. I also can give you the opportunity to come on screen. If you want to say, "Hey, look, I want to verbally speak on this town hall," I can put up many people on the screen, and you can come and we can have a discussion, and we can talk about some of the questions that may come up while we have the discussions. And so we want to make this town hall every week. We want to make this town hall something that everyone can come to, regardless of your political affiliations or none at all. If you're a constituent, you just want to be in here and talk and discuss some ideas. Like I say, I'm going to sound like a broken record. Concerns to you name it. This is the floor and opportunity to do so. Again, I'm David Robinson, your Democratic candidate for South Carolina Congressional District 2, here to make a change. And I think that'll be it. I will try this again next week. I don't want to keep going on and on. I'm trying to wait till I see maybe some more participation. I do see viewers, but I don't have any comments. But those, again, if you're watching this video and you say, "Hey, I want to do this off of Instagram," for instance, I will make sure that next week is Instagram is included. This week, I don't know if it's something with Meta when it comes to the platform that I'm utilizing to stream. But I've been having some difficulty at times with Instagram. And so what I would do is investigate that part of it, do everything I can to try to fix that, and then we'll go from that point. But let me make sure a couple of things before I leave for you all to know. You go to davidrobinsonforcongress.com, follow follow everything I'm doing, as well as support. We definitely, for a campaign, need financial support. So please, if you can donate, anything matters, no matter how small or big. How this campaign run off of donations, so small donations at that. So thank you so much for your donations. Also, you can join the campaign. There's a tab on there where you can actually join, be a part of my campaign to help me spread the message. We make phone calls to, even if you can't do it, like being a part physically, So again, it still goes back to being able to donate. Any amount count. You can be a recurring donor. That would help us as well. Also, you can get in contact with the campaign. Call us direct, 803-200-7994, or go to the contact button on the website. So just remember, though, for everyone who is watching, we have a primary election coming up again. That's in June. I don't have the exact date, but we do have a primary election coming up. And so once the primaries are over, then we go into the general election. But this year is called the midterm election. So on the bottom screen, say general election, but it's actually a primary election. That's on November the 3rd. Just want everyone to be aware of that. One of the biggest things for our democracy, when it comes to your rights, that I've sworn to protect, is to exercise your right to vote. That's one of our given rights. And so to do so, please make sure that you're registered, especially if you just turned 18 years old. I have a daughter that just turned 18, and I made sure she was registered. So help your children get registered. People that that's not registered, help them get registered. If you are registered, you've been voting in every election. I've been doing it since I turned 18 years old. I found that one year I got purged, and that was recently. And I had to go and get that fixed. They purged me off the voter record, even though I vote every election. So make sure you check your status from time to time. Don't let your status disappear on you. You go to the polls and then you can't vote. So there's a lot of things happening in our country where, those things are problematic. So we want to make sure that you're on top of all of that. Again, go out there and make sure your registration is okay. All right. And I think that'll be it for the town hall for this week. It's a little, we have a little more 30 minutes into the town hall that I planned for. But since I have lack of questions or comments and things like that, I have to go ahead and end it now. And we will pick back up, like I said, next week. Please come to the town hall. Please encourage others to come, and let's have a discussion. I want to learn a lot about what's happening in our state because I can go on and on about my life. We'll talk about some of those next week, but I can go on and on about my life. But I want to hear about your life. What things that matters to you in Congressional District 2, and how can I, as a representative, make your life a lot better? So I can argue those points when we get into Congress. Again, I'm Dave Robinson. Thanks so much for your time. I truly appreciate you. I will definitely, again, be looking and listening. So take care of yourself. God bless you, and we'll talk soon.